and we'll be ready in like 5 minutes. We've got quite a few people in. We've got some good people. We've got some heavy hitters. We got people specialising in tanks, DPS. Really, I've got nothing to say here. Genuinely, I'm just making stuff up as we go along. Man, you will have the pleasurable use of Sombrero Bloke as the observer today. He's absolutely brilliant at this. Not really, so if anything goes wrong with that, we apologise. But we will obviously be getting practice, which means it should be getting better over time. And yeah, that's all we can really say for that. We will be starting momentarily, of course. Although it looks like, do we have people in? Still getting ready. Some people have got lasagna for food, which is obviously nice, I guess. Random stuff happening in the chat. We do have 4 people watching. Please type stuff in chat so I can talk to you guys. I've got literally nothing for the next 5 minutes. Nothing at all. Whatever then. In any doubt, currently we have on teams. We were having teams of 2 teams of 6. We got Waffle Sloth, Hairy Penguin, Death Cupcake, Kessler, Gorefield, and Silver on Team 1. Team 2, we have Versi, Miss Swifty, Anticlimax, Little Raven, Olip, and Flashwing. Hairy Penguin and Waffle will be the tanks for Team 1, with Josh and Gorefield being the DPSs. Cupcake and Kessler will going for the supports. In Team 2, we have Miss Swifty and Raven as the tanks. Did you like stream announcement post? Brilliant. And in doubt, very likely, what was that noise? No, the stream announcement has been done. Someone's just put it on. Morgan has. Yeah. Oh, we're live right now, aren't you? So it's just us talking right now, isn't it? Ow, that's a shame. So I'm just talking to myself. Nice. Thanks for telling me that. I'm just insane as normal. In any doubt, we've got the lovely Rook coming in. He's 5 minutes away, so he should be on in 10. Hopefully we're getting him on by 8:30. If the game hasn't started by then, well, we can get him in. We can actually get someone to talk to myself instead of just me. Anyway, where was I? Anticlimax and Olip are going to be our DPSs. Flashwing and Verizai are going to be our supports. Looking at the actual trials form we have, looks like the highest ranking person today we actually have is Death Cupcake playing support on Team 1 with a career peak of SR of 3,290. Unfortunately, the really high ranking person at 4,129 isn't here today, but we should still get some good games. And in doubt, we've got some people saying they're ready to go. Hopefully we should be starting literally next second. We just need Sombrero to start the game. Well, no, Oscar needs to start the game now. Yes, you do. There we go. The game is now starting because we are organised like that. And like I said, the first game will be Watchpoint Gibraltar. People are loading in now. Probably get rid of the chat so I can actually see stuff. Here we go. First thing first, we've got Miss Swifty going the tank as Winston. That's his most played character, if we're going to be completely honest, on Team 2. For the healers, we got Mercy and Anna. That's an interesting combination. Haven't really seen Mercy being played that much now. On Team 2, we've also got Reaper for the DPS, along with a Diva for a tank. Or Mercy being switched off. For Team 1, we have Diva for the tank so far. Hands over to DPS, going in for that ranged sniper character. We've also got a Farah for another DPS, and the healers currently Mercy and Lucio. Should be working against each other. 4 seconds to go. Will they actually get their characters in time? Hairy Penguin's still not picking. He's gone for Winston there. Now I just have to make sure I can orientate myself correctly so I can see. The game is now in the preparing defenses mode. Team 2 will be attacking first with a Diva and Winston for the tanks. And we also have Winston and Diva on the defending team as well. So very similar teams. The only real difference here is we have a Farah and a Reaper. Farah on Team 1 with defense and a Reaper on Team 2 with attack. We'll have to see how that changes things. 20 seconds now for the attack to go on.
I'll make quick work of them.
To be honest, at this point we've tried to balance them as best they can, so it should be fairly even. If it's not, well, then that's going to be making a fun game, to be honest. Oh, an interesting skin on that Diva. Nice black skin. There we go, 4 seconds going. And the game has started. Hands are immediately... Oh, an immediate missile barrage from Diva there. Taking that Anna down from low health. Diva just trying to start. Moving on to the objective for Team 2. They're moving into them now. Diva moving up along with the hand, along with Winston. Going for that May. They switched off to a May. The May going in. May walling off their own team by accident there. Just a Winston and Diva hanging back with the healers, trying to push forward now. Misfitted them pushing forward to distract. Misfitted is down, killed by the Farah there. That's going to be quite bad for Team 2. Diva pushing forward on Team 1, being frozen. Being shot out of her neck. Also Winston pushing forward, managed to take it back. Yeah. Mercy immediately reviving the Hanzo, so they can keep pushing forward. Looks like Team 2 are being pushed back somewhat. Objective, although they are pushing in now. The Miss Swifted there being nano boosted, and Hanzo being able to pushing Team 1 away, managing to take out the other Hanzo for Team 2 there. There's my little sip of the drink first. Team 2 simply in lead have secured the objective, moving forward now. Winston doing what he does best and just pushing to distract the enemy team, stopping them from really advancing. Winston by himself, moving forward again. Anna there going for Doomfist. Anna, I meant to say May. May using her ultimate there, trapping with Winston. Looks like trap could trap. Yet also traps the Doomfist, which goes down. He was also out of her mech along with Winston. That's very nice for a team kill there. Managed to take out all but 2 who have retreated and they managed to secure the objective. Now we have Team 2 move again. Mercy there, completely out of position. It's likely going to be taken out by Miss Swiftly there and Hanzo. Hanzo, keep saying Hanzo, not Winston. Yep, there we go. The Mercy there, dead. Probably could have used her, but now she's got to respawn. We're taking out all those projectiles. Diva's out her neck. She's likely going to be killed very quickly by the... Yep. And we've got Winston coming in behind along with Doomfist. Team 1 trying to distract the enemy team. Mercy using her ultimate. And along with Hanzo and Anna pushing forward. And Winston using his ultimate as well, just trying to push the enemy team away. Basically, that's what Winston's doing best, using his ultimate just to push them. He's probably going to die now as he is quite far forward. Losing health. Yeah, there we go. Oh, managed to take out that far. That's very good for them. I do have a message on my Discord, so I will have to check here. Nothing important, so whatever. Team 1 managing to fight back on the objective using Winston and Diva to try and soak up their hits there. Doomfist being healed by both Mercy and Anna, pushing forward, hopefully to get a kill. Oh, there's a ultimate on Diva. Can she get anything? Oh, taking out the Doomfist and the Winston. That's quite bad for Team 1. Or the other Diva ult comes in from Team 1, able to take anything out? No, unfortunately not. Winston has been revived by Mercy, so he is going to try and push up. Farah there, trying to assist with the damaging, but they're not really able to get that much damage in at the moment. Still Team 2 pushing forward. Another sip of my drink now. Oh, and the Hands are taking out that Farah. That's quite bad for them. They are just genuinely being pushed back. The Winston, Miss Swifty pushing up again to try and force this team away from the point. As the rest of Team 2, oh, the Meteor Strike coming from the Doomfist. Is he going to get anyone? He is right in the middle of them all. Unfortunately, not really landing any kills besides the Hanzo, so that's might be invested. 2 nano boosts there on the Diva, both Divas actually. They will be pushing forward, a little nano boost fight. Not really any kills there from neither of those ultimates, but that's not really the objective. They're just trying to push each other away. Team 1 have managed to push them forward with the ultimate from Farah there and the ultimate from Mercy and May, trying to push people. Miss Swifty there being sleep darted. May on the objective is likely going to be killed unless she managed to get into her little Healy ability there. Can't really remember the name of it off my top of my head because I'm only one person right now. But Team 1 is now being pushed back again with that Diva ultimate right in the middle of them. It's going to get Mercy and Farah. That's 2. Unfortunately, quite bad. Diva on Team 1 is out of her mech, so she's not particularly effective right now. Team 2 are going to be pushing up. They're going to be incredibly close to the objective. Can they get rid of that Doomfist? May is getting him. Yep, that Doomfist is dead. Killed by the Mercy of all things. Hanzo's ultimate there, trying to distract him. D.Va's ultimate is going to get a kill on Miss Swifty. Very unfortunate there. Doomfist is being revived. Can he push himself into the objective, apparently, not into people? Doomfist down, D.Va's down. A nano boost on to that D.Va. If they can get that Winston, they should be able to secure the objective. They should be able to win the game. Can they just take out that Moira? They can. And first game goes to Team 2. That's Watch Point Gibraltar done. Hopefully it should be either Hanamura or Ilios. Yes, next. We shall see what happens. Although we do have a switch side, of course. Yes, round 2, switching sides. I know that, Sombrero. They can't hear you, but you don't have to remind me. Anyway, it looks like we have similar compositions for Team 2, except this time they have an Orisa at the start. They had a Reaper at the start, of course, but they switched them out for a different character. Oliup going with the Hanzo again. Oh, we got both Orisas this time. Looks like they're switching out Yeah. Team 1 is switching out the Winston for an Orisa, with the D.Va being switched out for the Orisa on Team 2. Miss Swifty, of course, going as normally with the Winston. Moira and Lucio will be the healers on Team 1, with Anna and Mercy again on Team 2. So a little bit of a difference this time, but still around the same thing. They do have a Junkrat, of course, on Team 1, so we'll have to see how good he is on attack, because obviously Junkrat is more of a defensive character at times. 30 seconds to the start of the match. We can obviously see that Miss Swifty does love to play his Winston, loves to really get in there and just try and distract that team, stopping them from really going forward, because he's, you know, if you've got Winston in the middle of you, you really have to deal with him, otherwise he can kill every single one of you, especially your healers. That's the main thing. As normal with all these games, you have to take out those healers first, and if you don't protect them, then you just lost your advantage all completely. Here we go, the game starts. Kessler as Lucio, hopefully pushing forward, going for the speed, making sure that the Orisa gets on that point quickly with the D.Va. I'm pushing forward now. Obviously, Team 2 have set up on the higher ground there. Going to be pouring it on with the Orisa and the Anna and Hands at the same time, trying to get damage onto them. Team 2 are pushing forward somewhat with the Lucio and the Reaper. Lucio, I meant to say Winston, but I apologise for that. But Team 1 are securing the objective, staying there, pushing it forward, using that Orisa's shield. Miss Swifty there pushing forward. He's putting his own bubble down, but still, you have the majority of Team 2 just staying up on the high ground, making it so that Team 1 can't really hide from them. They're quite a long view, and obviously Orisa's shield isn't necessarily the best for pushing the point at the same time because it's static. And Reaper, of course, moving in there, trying to get some kills, but retreating before he can do anything. Miss Swifty and the Winston going forward. The ultimate from the Hanzo, pushing forward, not able to get any kills. Quite easy to dodge that for Team 1, but it did make them move out of the way. Miss Swifty there, taken out, meaning that Kessler, as Lucio, can go onto the objective. Moira and Orisa moving up, but still staying behind that shield. We got a nano boost there for Reaper. Can he do anything? The Reaper ultimate going along with the Moira ultimate. Reaper refusing to die from that Moira ultimate. Unfortunately, Death Cupcake there, not doing much damage. Reaper getting 1 kill. Not really changing things that much. They are still defiantly stopping each other. The Winston is back along with the Reaper, still trying to push forward, still trying to get up, but you still have, again, they're just positioning up. Stopping Team 1 from really advancing. Kessler trying to be ballsy there, moving forwards. Winston starting his ultimate with Miss Swifty, pushing him away, just trying to push them further and further from the objective. They have to deal with him, otherwise he can kill them all. So they are focusing on that Winston. Oh, here we go with the Junkrat ultimate. Can he get a kill? If he goes up, he should be able to get 2. No, unfortunately, the Reaper takes out his tire before he can really do any damage. It's basically just an Orisa off right now. Have they changed from Orisa? No, they haven't. Oh, Team 2 going forward a bit with the Orisa there. On low 4. Here comes another Hanzo ultimate going through. Was going on that Moira, but Moira managed to get out there quickly. Hanzo has killed Lucio though. Another ultimate from Moira. Oh, hey, Hanzo taking out Miss Swifty there. They should, that's 1 tank down. They might be able to push forward. They are pushing forward. They do have the objective. Hanzo ultimate there, right in the front. That takes out 2 people. Both their healers. That is very bad for Team 1. D.Va unfortunately goes down on Team 2, but the Orisa on Team 1 does. There's only really 2 people left to defend. We got the Reaper, who is retreating. And same with the Hanzo. Miss Swifty with the Winston trying to move up. But they have gotten the objective a lot further than before with Team 1. They will be pushing on, hopefully securing the first objective. Although we have Winston coming in, Miss Swifty again, trying to distract. They're just trying to stop them from getting that objective. They get that objective, they will still be in contention if they can defend it for one. The Reaper ultimate there, taking out the Orisa, taking out the Junkrat. He has been nano boosted, so he will be a bit more damaging. The nano boost running out there, and unfortunately not getting any kills through that itself. Miss Swifty moving up the Hanzo. Oh, the Hanzo being revived by the Mercy there, still able to pressure them a bit. Reaper being targeted by Moiras, but managing to be healed out of there. Team 1 has been pushed fairly far back. They've only got 35 seconds, otherwise that will be this game. Well, they're pushing forward now. Will they be able to make it? The Orisa shield hopefully shielding them a bit. Another Orisa shield going down for Team 2. That will also shield them. Reaper moving backwards after trying to get some damage there. Team 1 coming up. Kessler going in from behind with the Lucio. Hopefully he can try and focus down that Orisa. He is missing most of his shots though, so that might not be it. The D.Va ultimate, that's a bit of a good D.Va ultimate. Yeah, they're taking out Mercy and Orisa. That should be enough for them. Hopefully they can push forward. The Junkrat ultimate will be going towards them. Oh, Moira's ultimate itself has taken out Anna and other players. That means they have secured the next objective, so they have another 2 minutes and 26 seconds to get further. Reaper there contesting the zone, taking Reaper out there. They will be able to move forward. At this point, it's very much a stalling tactic for Team 2. If they can stop them for another 2 minutes, they should be able to win this one. Hanzo up above, though, right behind the enemy. Will he be able to get some sneaky kills? Does he have his ultimate? He does. Hanzo, yep, using his ultimate right onto the point. Junkrat having to run away there, otherwise he will be killed. Hanzo being targeted by Miss Swifty on Team 2. And a nano boost there coming out for the Hanzo. Hanzo ultimate being pushed down for Team 1. Not getting any kills, but doing some fairly big amount of damage. Mercy desperately healing that Winston there. Yeah, as we can clearly see, what's happening here is Team 1 are constantly pushing forward, but getting pushed back. But this time they managed to take out practically the entire team. They will all be moving forward far here. Will that Orisa go down, desperately defending herself? And there we go, the Orisa on that team taken out. So that's a good push for Team 1. They should be able to secure yet another objective. There's no one really there. The Soldier 76 and the May coming up to try and hopefully distract them. Mercy, unfortunately, been taken down along with Soldier 76. That May, you're standing on the point, trying to contest it, get the other teams up. So that D.Va and Anna can move up, but unfortunately being trapped there and killed. So that is the other objective taken. Only one more objective left for the point for Team 1, and then it will be best 3 of 3. So we'll have another round on this. Moving up with 4. We do have Lucio moving quite far forward to hopefully try and get some damage on, taking out that Orisa shield. You got D.Va and Orisa as usual trying to defend for Team 2. The ultimate down from the Orisa, putting more damage on for Team 1. An ultimate from Hanzo there, straight into Team 2, taking out that Widowmaker. They've got no sniper there. That's one of their DPS is down. Orisa's low on health. Mercy is low on health. Yes, she is dead, unfortunately, along with the mate. They are having to fall back quite a bit. We've only got 2 tanks and an Anna. Oh, a Riptide coming in, going straight in the middle of, straight for the Orisa and the Anna, both taken down. They should be able to take it down and secure the point. There we go. That's both teams winning 1 round on attack each. Looks like we might have another round to go at this point in order to be the decider. You don't need to mention that, Oscar. I do know what's going on. I know people can't hear you, but still. In any doubt, one more round. We have Team 1 as the defenders, it seems. Yeah, we have Team 1 defending. No, Team 1 attacking this time, actually, sorry. And Team 2 defending again. Looks like we got a Reinhardt with Miss Swifty instead of a Winston. Looks like he is changing things up a bit. A Reaper and yes, it looks like they've gone for a Junkrat instead of what was instead of a Hanzo or a Widowmaker this time. But again for Team 1, they've gone for Anna instead of Moira and Lucio. They still have a Hanzo, of course, in Exilva. Kester still staying with Hanzo. Healers again for Team 2 are still Anna and Mercy. They haven't really changed off of that. I would love to see them change off a bit, maybe going for a Moira instead of a Mercy, because while Mercy is very useful with her revive ability, she's not exactly the best for doing damage against enemy teams, although Kessler has changed from Lucio to Mercy as well, so we'll have to see how that goes. They've also gone for a McCree for another DPS, and Orisa and Roadhog for the tanks. And the game will be starting now. Here we go. It looks like Team 2 are doing the same, staying up above the point. Hopefully they're going to be damaged and dealing damage from below. Roadhog there moving up, being healed by that Mercy. Orisa putting a shield on the point now, so that it actually moves forward with them instead of staying static. It will go down pretty quickly though after being poured damage from more than one sources. Reaper trying to go in there and disrupt them again, but being beaten back. Roadhog trying to go for that Reaper. Oh, that Junkrat unfortunately being taken away straight by the Hanzo, but being revived by the Mercy, although that Reaper does get hooked by Roadhog and killed, unfortunately. Looks like Team 2 just doesn't have that much damage power. They don't have a DPS, really, to take them above, so they'll have to force themselves down. Reinhardt shielding them all while they use their rockets and bombs to really try and deal damage. We do have an ultimate ready for Anna. We'll have to see what she does. Junkrat there hiding behind a little point, trying to get forward and kill some people. Oh, here comes the Junkrat Tire from Team 2. Will he get there? Would like to get Hanzo. Nope, unfortunately not. Hanzo takes out that Tire. I like the fact that now you can see that. Oh, the Hanzo ultimate there, disrupting them straight away, going for more, and then taking quite a bit of damage there, managing to kill Miss Swifty with that. D.Va has been nano boosted. Oh, no, he hasn't, sorry. It was Reinhardt being revived, I mean, they're back up, so Reinhardt charging forward. Roadhog has been revived though for Team 1, so they will be pushing forward. They've got 60 seconds to hold this, or 30 seconds even to hold this for Team 2. If they do that, they will win. The ultimate from Reinhardt and the nano boost, managing to take down one person, managed to take down the Hanzo. High Noon from the McCree, not really doing any damage, just taking D.Va out of her mech. Nah, Orisa is nano boosted, will be pushing forward, and unfortunately, they will be managed to kill Miss Swifty, but the Anna on their team will be going. Here comes a ultimate from the combination of the Reaper and the Tire. Rip Tire manages to secure that, taking out the 3 of the enemy team, securing the objective and winning it for Team 2. That was game 1. Now they have to switch sides. That was that game, so now game 2 for that. They have a total of 3 minutes to secure one objective. If they manage to do this, Team 2 will have won. If they don't, well, then we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, we switch sides, obviously, so Team 2 is attacking, Team 1 defending. Oh, looks like they got a Brigitte this time with Kessler on Team 1. I love that. I'm a Brigitte main myself. She's a really annoying character to deal with. I love it. We've also got the Reinhardt for Team 1 as well, along with the Orisa. Essentially, very similar team compositions here. Mercy for the healers. Looks like Mo going Bastion. Yep, Bastion for defense. Oh, boy. I kind of want to comment on that, but I'm going to not. We've also got a Junkrat. So yeah, they're going very static right now, very static heavy for Team 1. Team 2 going with the Zenyatta and the Anna for the healers, and Pharah and Genji for the DPSs, along with D.Va and Winston. Winston again for the tanks. Taking another sip there. 9 seconds till we go. He'll be coming out now. Obviously, yep, they're positioning above with the Bastion positioning in his turret mode. He's going to be able to lay down a lot of fire, so unless they manage to deal with him quickly, he could be what secures the win for Team 1. Team 2 now getting on the payload. Orisa using a gravity charge to just basically distract. Miss Swifty pushing forward immediately along with Genji. Bastion laying down that fire, immediately taking D.Va out of her mech and pouring it onto D.Va. D.Va fortunately managed to get out the 4 kills out. Miss Swifty and Genji moving up along with the Pharah, just basically laying it down so that they cannot move. And then with that, the Bastion goes, but the Junkrat managed to kill that. Yeah, Junkrat managed to kill Genji with Miss Swifty in the Winston killing Junkrat himself. Reinhardt just charges straight into Zenyatta and kills him, but Miss Swifty does take out Reinhardt. So they're basically just trading at this point. You could say that perhaps a healer was better for a tank, but we'll have to see what happens with Genji being alive now. And that looks like this might be an advantage to Team 2 as they've taken out the Orisa and the Brigitte and the Mercy and the Hanzo. I don't really think they've got anyone to defend. They've only got Junkrat. If they take Junkrat, nope. Unfortunately, they get the objective, and that is Team 2 winning that. And that, I believe, is game. Do you want to confirm it, Sombrero? Yep, that's a yes from Sombrero. I didn't need to ask him that, but I find it funny. Your all player of the game, Junkrat here, will likely be the triple kill, along with a combination with the Reaper there. The Reaper really just distracting the enemy team, meaning that the Junkrat can get his Riptide straight in the middle of them. Yes, there we go, the free kill there. And that, as we say, is the end of the game for game 1. We should have 2 more games. either on Ilios or Hanamura. Depends what way they put them on. But we'll have to see if Rook is on. He is. Yes. He'll likely be going on to Brink now. Rook will be coming on. So we will hopefully have someone else here and not just me making stuff up as I go along. And yeah, thanks, Kieran, for messaging way too late. Nice one. Well, hello there again, ladies and gentlemen, and all things in between. We are back for game 2. This time, I'm not alone, which is good. I'm joined by Rook. How are you?
Good news. How are you doing today, Subaru?
I'm doing all right. Now I can talk to someone. That's good instead of myself. Obviously, we got game 2 here. Do you really want to introduce us? I'll let that down to you for this game.
Well, we're going to be here on Ilios first. Not quite sure what map, because obviously we're just waiting to go in here. I don't know a huge amount about these teams. Haven't really seen much of Salford yet in the null. Is there anything you can tell me about any of these players going on?
Well, I've got to be honest. We haven't actually had a team in the null itself, so you won't have seen anything there. This is very much a new team, but we do have some good players here. For example, we have Miss Swifty, very much the tank main guy, going for the Winston quite a lot. And if I recall correctly, we also have Def Cupcake going for Def Cupcake, and yes, also Def Cupcake is the higher ranking member of our teams here with the career peak SR of 3,290. That's about 1,000 more than the average player here. We also do have a new player in. Actually, I should say something. Miss Swifty has unfortunately dropped out. He is replaced by Milkman Hopkey, who has joined in as the tank for Team 2 with a career peak of 2,700. So we do have some new players. They are all picking now. We've got 10 seconds to prepare for an attack. I mean, what do you expect? What do you think of these team compositions right now?
I mean, looking on in, Zilver definitely knows what he's doing here. Picking that Doomfist, very strong pick in the current meta, and I'm interested to see how it will work out for them, because it might struggle a little bit in some situations, but in general, it works quite well and specifically well.
I noticed they've gone for Farah and Mercy there. They're just going to pocket each other, aren't they? Very popular, just getting the damage on that Farah. I would love to see if they can actually grip people with Roadhog on Team 2 into the middle of the point. That's always fun, I would say.
Ooh, Zilver going down early to Flashwing is a nice pick to start off the fight. They can take control of this control point. As it comes on in, they're going to force Gorefield to get a little bit aggressive. That's a really nice hook coming out from Milkman Hopkey. Will take out Hairy Penguin early on here, and they're going to start to get aggressive. They have this Reaper, so they can deal with this Roadhog pretty deftly. Going to watch out for these shots coming out from Gorefield at the top. Continue to... Actually, they managed to take out Milkman Hopkey, and they're starting to go forward here.
See, that's exactly what I was waiting for. I was waiting for someone to be hooked into the middle there, and that did happen. But of course, the Roadhog got killed himself. So, the ultimate there from the Farah being shut down pretty quickly before anything else. The Reaper going through again, getting 2 kills there.
Yeah, really nice death blocking coming out with them from Ollie there.
Yeah, Team 2 managing to push that forward. They should be able to keep this objective to themselves as Team 2 try and regroup. They do have an ultimate ready for the Moira though, so we'll have to see what that can do compared to the ultimates of the Diva and the Mercy.
Yeah, do also have to keep in mind that Doomfist also has his in tow, but he goes down early again. Zilver not managing to get the value that he's expecting from this Doomfist, and well, just everyone on the red team can get so aggressive and up in their face.
Yeah, that's the problem with Doomfist. He is a very powerful character, can kill them very quickly, but if he doesn't get them, he just dies, unfortunately. Diva ultimate going there, getting Farah, only Farah, but still that's better than nothing. Roadhog's ultimate killing the Reinhardt. Again, pushing forward. Team 2 really just don't seem to want to let up, do they?
And they are pushing them quite far back, and they're struggling to find that initial pick to roll on from there, because so far in both fights, Zilver has gone down that little bit too early. He needs to find that good flank, and then he can really wreak havoc in this backline.
Yeah, we got another push up. Oh, the Mercy way too far forward there. They really need to get back, managing to get forward. But again, a Meteor Strike coming in. Will he get any damage? Going straight in the middle of them, managed to take out their own Mercy.
Yeah, really nice there. Gets Varazi, and this could be the opportunity. They have now evened up the scoreline, but unfortunately, Flashwing is right here. Goes down to Zilver, though. Zilver finally making a mark on this game, and with that, they're looking to take this point at 99%. Ollie Lip is trying to contest with this Death Blossom, but is struggling to find the damage as Zilver just picks apart his backline.
Yeah, you noticed there that Doomfist, when Zilver doesn't go down immediately, he is able to essentially just annoy the enemy team away. Although he does get taken down by the Reaper the moment I say that, so I probably shouldn't say anything, should I?
Yeah, but they're just ignoring Ollie Lip in this backline. Really nice hook from Milkman Hopkins. Yet again, does die to Gorefell, but this might just be enough, as the entire time, Ollie Lip was getting ignored in that backline, just allowed to unload his dual shotguns into the backs of the enemy team.
Oh, Mercy trying to go for the res there, but being hooked by Roadhog and killed. And that's that first part going to Team 2. Or going on to the second team. Team's not going to be switching. So what do you predict? Do you think they'll have to switch it up? What do you think what would you really like to see? I would really like to see probably maybe not Doomfist, I have to say, because while he can be powerful, if you're not able to sustain him and if he just dies very quickly, you might want to go for a different DPS. Maybe, I don't know, what would be a suitable DPS, do you think? Maybe Junkrat on that sort of point might actually be able to get in behind.
I think definitely.
No, go on.
I think definitely Junkrat would be an interesting pick. I personally don't think swapping off of Doomfist is necessary. Zilver actually, we saw at least one scenario where they had a really good flank, managed to do a lot of work. They need to pay attention to Ollie Lip, though, on this Reaper. He was given so much leeway, and, well, he took it all the way to the bank.
As we see the game pushing in, there's also another thing I'm sort of noticing. You can kind of see Team 1 is splitting up slightly compared to Team 2, which are keeping themselves together, allowing themselves to be healed. While Team 1 are on the point, they are all split up, so they might not be able to get enough damage in.
Hairy Penguin is now actually on this Hammond, has given quite a bit of space to his team, but unfortunately, yet again, we're seeing this team where Zilver's dying first. I do think at this point, he does need to switch off this Doomfist.
Doomfist, yeah. Again, obviously saying Doomfist can be incredibly powerful, but if you can't use him, he's almost dead weight at times. We've got we've got the Zarya moving up there, going for a little hiding, pushing up. Again, Team 2 just do not seem to want to stay back, do they? They just want to push that objective, get them in, which is very good, obviously. The enemy team can't get to the objective if you're killing them all, after all.
Do. Anti-Climax is looking for an opportunity to boot, but can't quite get in the door. He's a bit of damage, but does get out and survive. They need to pay attention to their backline. Yet again, Ollie Lip is there. He's building up the ultimate. Gorfeld is even going to go down. They need to pay attention to this Reaper. He's doing so much work.
Going off of the Graviton charge from their Zarya there, not really doing any damage, but he is delaying the team, stopping them from getting to the point, which, in the end of the day, is all that's needed. I do quite like this Hammond plays. He's actually quite good with it, managing to really barrage the enemy with the damage and just the distraction. But, again, Team 1, they really need to stick together, if I'm going to be honest. If we look at them now, there's only really 2 or 3 of them together. They really need to pull back and regroup, really.
Unfortunately, Milkman Hopkins is just on such high charge constantly that he can tear through anyone. And, you know, Hammond can't stand up to that abuse that just comes out from that left kick from the Graviton beam from the Zarya. And it's just, he struggles to manage to get the survivability to go on through that, and as a result can't find the engage that the team needs to actually take the fight.
Yeah, I do like that Diva there, using her defense matrix to block some of the Zarya, but unfortunately her mech goes down. I'm trying to think of scenarios where Team 1 could take this. Do they really just need to work together and move forwards? I mean, again, you've got the point where 3 of them are going together and the other 3 are staying back. They're not sticking together. Lucio getting hit by that gravimetric charge, and although Mercy does kill Mercy, which is quite funny.
Ollie Lip is going to drop that ultimate on the point, but unfortunately Gorfeld gets caught by the Dragon Strike and will go down. The scoreboard is all red and it's all over for Team 1, as one hell of a crushing victory for the side of Team 2.
Oof, yes, putting in the chat, yeah, you're so good at pushing. LMAO even is how you say it. That basically sums it up, doesn't it? Team 2 pushed, Team 1 didn't. A play of the game from Lucio. This is going to be fun. Let's see what happens here.
I'm expecting a ton of boops. And it's just a load of damage here coming up from this Lucio. Doing a really good job, though, of keeping his team alive.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate there, Team 1. Just couldn't get that damage in. To be honest, I really do think it is because they didn't stick together as a team. You could just see multiple times there was 2 or 3 of them moving up, while the rest of them just stayed behind, and that led to them being picked off. And as you say, Ollie just getting in with the Reaper and just taking out everything they needed. Although it looks like our next game will be beginning soon. I believe it should be... That was Elios, wasn't it? So it should be Hanamura. Although for now, we will probably take a little bit of a break. While things get set up, we will be back momentarily.
Supersonic hypnotic. Supersonic hypnotic. Supersonic hypnotic.
really changed that much up. Again, we have Anna on Team 2. They really do love their Anna flash ring. Basically, it is being an Anna main right now, along with X-Silver. It really has stick with the Hanzo for most of these games. Gorfield and Def Cupcake not picking right now. They're picking late. Picked for the Zenyatta. What will Gorfield pick? Yeah, that's
really late.
Yeah.
Interesting to see this Winston come out on this map specifically. Often it is quite dominated by Junkrat and Ryan Zarya, so interested to see how this will work, as they do actually get quite aggressive. Unfortunate for Olilip there, as Kessler does pin him to the wall. The fight continues as McMahon Hopkins does try and get that damage down. A really nice Discord could lead to Kessler's demise. He needs to be careful.
Although Team 2 are securing the objective, their Team 1 not being pushed away. Anticlimax there, taking D.Va out and being hit by the trap, but managing to survive using his abilities. Yeah, it looks like we have another repeat of Team 2 just charging forward. Although, to be fair, Team 2 has changed. We do now have Kessler on Team 2 instead of Team 1, so it is a little bit different. But it does seem like a repeat of last game. Team 2 pushing forward, Team 1 staying behind. But we do have a bit of a push here from Team 1.
Yeah, no, Milkman did dive in, but Olilip is going to be the one who goes down. Anticlimax taking him out early. Going to be Waffle Sloth trying to contest this point, but just gets hammered on through. Here's the Dragon Strike. It does whiff a little bit, but the argument at least keep them away for a good period of time is actually just we have Milkman Hopkins just a little bit too far forward. That's a solo shadow onto Verasi, and that's really unfortunate for the Mercy player.
Oh yeah, take that. Mercy player was perhaps a little bit too far forward. They're unfortunately been taken down. I mean, they do lose one of their healers, and as you would expect, the Team 2 are pushing back. The Winston there going all the way back to the spawn just to heal himself. I think, yeah, they think probably Zenyatta needs to retreat as well. He's on quite well.
He's going to swap off actually off of that Zenyatta. Because, sorry, Reinhardt, because, sorry, fuck, Winston.
No swearing.
I'm sorry! Because Anticlimax is just going to rip through his team, and they're really feeling like this Winston isn't going to work out for them. Interesting res, as they do actually manage to get aggressive here. McMahon Hopkins is going to lead the charge back towards the point. Here's the Dragon Strike, though. Does whiff quite a bit.
I would just like to take these few seconds to apologise for Rook's language. He is not one of us, so don't blame me. It's all funny jokes at the end of the day.
Instead, we can focus on the fact that Olilip just got a massive number of kills, and a good shadow is going to lead to them actually taking this fight pretty convincingly.
Oh, that default, unfortunately, that was quite a good place to go there. It was in the midst of that Reaper and that Reinhardt, but being blocked by the Reinhardt, of course, not doing much damage. As the team pushes up again, just really pushing straight into their spawn. Looks like we do have a difference. Oh, Reinhardt's dead. Never mind. Well, that is good to see. Both teams are pushing this time instead of one pushing, the other one leaving. You do actually have a bit of to and fro.
Interesting to see Exilva on this Widow. Gonna try and see if it actually has a big impact here. Definitely can find some nice headshots and nice picks, but is, struggling to get there. It's going to be Kessler who opens it up, but unfortunately, it's going to be Milkman Hopkins who goes down. Kessler does drop that shadow and gets aggressive. His team manages to punish some really big overextensions. As a result, they will be taking this point back in pretty short order.
Yes, that was very good there. You could obviously see Nano boosting straight onto Kessler there, and then he uses his hammer shatter thingamajiggy, which I can't remember the name of because I'm silly, and basically taking out an entire enemy team and stopping them from moving forward. Although 96%, will Team 1 get in on time is the question. Mercy immediately taken out by that Widowmaker.
Nice shot. Here comes the Tire. Here comes the Transcendence. They're going to get onto Hairy Penguin, but they've lost a few members already. Waffle Sloth eats the brunt of those dual shotguns, and Anticlimax will wipe the board, and they take this first round.
Oh, that was unfortunate there. Obviously, we could see that Riptide there from Junkrat did manage to take out that Moira and almost succeed in pushing them forward. But again, Reaper just using his double shotguns effectively and taking out that many members of those team, especially with his Death Blossom. And it looks like we are starting the next round here. Looks like, do we have any changes? Yeah, we've got a D.Va coming up instead of what I believe was a Zarya. Other than that, very little change. Although we do have Kessler going for a Winston on this map instead of Reinhardt. Perhaps wise, this isn't necessarily the most Reinhardt map sometimes, because people do love diving straight into the objective through all the various holes. And here we go, the game's starting.
Indeed. We're seeing Milkman and Kessler both go over onto this Winston, so I'm interested to see whether we're going to see some more aggressive play come out here, as we actually see Olive swap onto a Reinhardt.
Well, there we do see that. Obviously, Exilva again going for the Doomfist. We'll have to see if we can use it more effectively. Not dying immediately, so that's a bit better than last time.
Yes, indeed, but it's going to be a trade back and forth, losing support, but Anticlimax getting aggressive and manages to take out Wafflesloth. Nice pick there, and they're going to continue on pushing. Olip will get battered around, but is continuing to be aggressive here, and is actually netting some points for his team, while the red team do take control of the point.
Yeah, because he obviously, Doomfist again trying to get that damage, but he just jumped right in the path of that Reinhardt, just being taken out immediately. And yeah, we got some contesting here, but it looks like Team 1 might be able to take this point back. We only have Winston on the point so far, and he's being pushed off. Yep, Team 1 do take that point again. And now it's time for a little drink.
Silver does go down pretty early here. That's really unfortunate. Shadow doesn't find all too much. It's going to be the Death Blossom yet again from Anticlimax. Doesn't really live up to his name because everything he's done so far has been fantastic in this game. So really excited to see what he's going to bring up here moving on forward.
The point taken back by Team 2 there. The Winston Orma just going straight for that D.Va, knocking her out of her mech. As we can clearly see, that Winston is doing what he should be doing, which, unfortunately, we have a player has left the game. That's very unfortunate.
Will this lead to a pause, or...?
It might do. It looks like they are continuing on for now. We'll just have to see. No, yeah, they've asked for a pause. And Simberi is now pausing the game. We'll have to see what happened there.
Control-Shift equals, if you don't know.
Yes, Control-Shift equals. There we go. Game paused. Well, now we have a bit of time. What do you think so far? Do you think Team 2 can hold it, or do you think they'll be taken back by Team 1?
Honestly, I don't think it's necessarily super bad for either team. I think definitely Team 2 are looking stronger here because Anticlimax is just doing a fantastic amount, but Team 1 definitely have stuff they can bring in. For example, they have found multiple picks before. They've gotten really aggressive. Ollie has actually performed pretty impressively on this Reinhardt, so looking forward to seeing whether the aggression from that will continue to work out. And I think, honestly, the key down here is if Zilva plays up to what we've seen from him in previous lives, well, depending on which ex-Zilva we see, because sometimes they've had a fantastic impact on the game, and other times they've just really struggled. So I feel like it really depends on them to step up, or at least one of the other members to pick up that slack.
Yeah, we do really need that, because obviously, as you say, Anticlimax and Olip are getting quite good. They start getting those kills, but the rest of the team needs to pick up as well, because we did see with Anticlimax on the point taking out 2 people with Death Blossom, but then immediately the enemy team follows up and takes out 2 of his teammates, thereby stopping that advantage. Well, it looks like Milkman has joined again, so it looks like it might be good. The unpause will be coming any second now. Not entirely sure what happened there, but we have unpaused. 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, there's a bit of an unfortunate loss of ult charge, so hopefully it won't impact the game.
Especially considering Junkrat did use his ultimate there. So that is at least the ult charge, obviously, on Milkman himself and Junkrat, which can be very unfortunate.
It will be McKellen being pretty aggressive here. Wafflesloth has that self-destruct, keep that in mind. But here we see Operation Ground and Pound coming out. Does find Varazi. Will continue to get aggressive here. Doesn't quite find Milkman Hopkins. Looking for the kill now still, but good kiting is going to save the day. As he does take Silver, but Goldfield goes down in the back line. Nice fight, however, and Milkman Hopkins starting to bring things back.
Yeah, switching on to that, Soldier 76 seems to have done a bit of difference there. They are moving forward, but again, they're getting pushed back. The moment they get an advantage, they are just being taken down. D.Va's mech being taken out, as well as another teammate. Yeah, it unfortunately seems that whichever team gets the point is the one that just stays on it by virtue of them just trading every time.
Yeah, and that's just going to be it. No one even got close. Team 2 taking the first map pretty handily here.
Yeah, that's not an absolute shame because we do have some good picks there, but they just can't sustain it. The moment they get to it, they just immediately get taken out. And here we see the play of the game via Moira. See what this is. Is it an ultimate or just some good old-fashioned damage? Looks like it's some good old-fashioned damage. Yeah, it's 3 kills there. 4 kills. Not the worst one in the world. But there we go. That is that round 2. So it looks like we have more. Might have one more round, or is that the end of that game?
That'll be the end of that game, but we'll obviously be going into the next game of the best of 3.
Yes, we will either have Blizzard World or Temple of Anubis. We'll have to see what comes up next. In any doubt, we're likely going to take a quick break again until the game starts, so we'll see you soon. Hello again, we are back once again. I'm not a Subaru, along with Rook here for another game. This is the second game in the best of three, the second best of three, that is. The game is starting now. The map will be Temple of Anubis. The teams are obviously the same. What would you like to see, Rook? Something different? What do you really think needs to be done on this
I think
map?
something different would definitely be great. Something other than a 2-0. No 2-0s on 2 CP, please, because I want to see these teams really step it up and have some good games, because we know they're definitely capable of it, because even though the last map was, as I said multiple times, 2-0, we saw a lot of fight coming out from Team 1. So they really need to step it up and find the right engages. And I think if they can rally behind players like Milkman Hockey, who was really good, and Ollie Lip, they can find the picks they need.
Yes, obviously we have Ollie up going for the DPS as normal, going for the McCree. That'll be very interesting to see. A little thank you in the chat there from Anticlimax. No idea what that was about. But it looks like Team 1 have gone Bastion and Brigitte. That's going to be interesting. They are obviously on defense. Normally what I do on this map and with Brigitte is I just hang in the side rooms. I very much love to have them come forwards and just smash them in. And we obviously have the Orisa as well to shield the Bastion. Looks like they are going to go for very static defense right now. But we'll have to see Kessler going with the Winston. If he gets in there, he can deal a lot of damage to that Bastion, along with Diva. And is Anticlimax really going as a Torbjorn?
Nah, they've still got ages. They've got 30 seconds till they need to be on their picks. I think he's probably just messing around.
Yeah,
No, I expect to see this Reaper, yeah. Not a huge surprise. They've been playing it to great effect previously.
To be honest, I would like to see a Torbjorn, mainly because it wouldn't be that good on attack. But whatever. Reaper it is. As we always seen, Reaper is very good, especially when done with Anticlimax. Healers on each team we have Mercy again for Team 1, along with Brigitte, as previously said, and Moyu and Anna. And the game has started. They are moving out now. As expected, Bastion is just set up in his turret. Can they shoot him on that turret?
Not quite. He can also move to try and change it, and Verazi can get in the way. Ollie Lip is going to be the first one as they do try and go over this flank. That is a nice flashbang and is going to very much dissuade Anticlimax from getting on in there.
Yeah, they're trying to push around the side there, but the enemy team is responding.
They are going to continue to try and harass on through. Flashwing is here to provide that biotic nade, but they need to make sure that that defense matrix is gone. Otherwise, they're really going to struggle. Flank's coming out actually from this Winston. He will jump on top of Gorfeld, trying to provide an aggressive solution to this problem, but unfortunately, applying force where required doesn't seem to be quite working for them here, as the blue team are responding in kind.
Yeah, I noticed there, the moment that the Team 2 went round the side, a lot of Team 1 went... Oh, we got a double ultimate on D.Va there, taking each other out, and the Bastion.
Unfortunately caught in the crossfire between those two Divas, and this is looking good for the side of Team 2. They can continue to be aggressive here. They don't quite lose their Moira as well, which is big. Milkman Hopkey, though, starting to pick up some of that slack on Remax.
Yes, and something I noticed there at the very start was that when Team 2 pushed to the side, unfortunately, basically the entirety of Team 1 just moved away and left that Bastion vulnerable, meaning that they were vulnerable at the front, and you could see with Winston moving up there, they did try and take advantage of that.
Here comes a hell of a lot of ults. It will clean up this point, but that's a lot of ults invested. As I just said, Team 2 might struggle to move on to this point if Team 1 can stabilize it.
We'll have to see. We do have D.Va out of mech and Orisa dead. That is the point secured. Will Team 1 be able to get back in time? I don't really think so. No, they're all at the point. That is the objective taken. Winston, obviously, Kessler moving up, trying to see if anyone's near him. But to be honest, that's to be expected. The first point is one of the more difficult ones to defend. We'll have to see if they can secure the rest, though. Obviously setting up for the defensive.
They have two ultimates, and here comes Little Raven. Going to get blown out of that. Here is the supercharger they need to deal with. Otherwise, that damage can provide so much value. Flashwing trying to find these shots, but eats a lot of rockets and needs to be careful. Because so far, Ollie Lip is doing pretty good on the Sarah.
Looks like Milkman Hop's going to try and use their D.Va ult. Got it in time. There we go. Will he be able to get any kills? No, because it is inside the Winston shield. Managed to take out that D.Va. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a wasted ult. Didn't necessarily do that much, especially considering it was right inside a Winston shield.
Indeed. I mean, Harry Penguin does have this coalescence, which could be the fuel that can get them onto this point. Little Raven will now remake. So they are all in fighting shape. They're looking for an engage now. Maybe build up that ult from an X-Silver, and then they could just go. They are getting aggressive onto this point now. They do a lot of damage. Gorfeld is just holding his left click pretty damn well. The Dragon Strike completely misses him, doesn't even target him. He pops his ultimate in response, and Anticlimax finds absolutely nothing, finally living up his name. Bit anticlimactic, as we do see Gorfeld having a pretty good time of it. Finally, Spaghetti will move forward, take out Flashwing, and a good hold for Team 1 here. Fantastic, actually, from the side of Team 1. Finally managing to repel one of these big pushes coming out from Team 2. A couple of ultimates invested there. They need to be careful, though, because Kessler will have this Primal Rage, and Little Raven will have this Self-Destruct to partner up with this. If X-Silver can find an opening pick on this Widow, it's all going to go pear-shaped for the side of Team 1, because they're going to struggle to really deal with that. Ollie Lip does have this barrage, but he can get zoned so hard here. We hear the Primal Rage. It's coming in. He's trying to do something. He gets nano boosted as well. He's going to make a monkey of a mess. Finally, they're going to continue to fight on point. Here's a self-destruct. Doesn't find anyone. It's all anti-climax on this Farah, finding so much damage. So they take tick 1. You see Wafflesoft getting on top of that point, but unfortunately, all they do is eat a rocket. Fights continue. Ollie Lip is trying to escape, but this looks like it's going to be over. We finally have some stall coming out from the side of Team 1. Will they have enough here? As we do see Kessler getting aggressive, continuing to fight. Verazi and Milkman Hopkey continuing to try and keep the dream alive. They're fighting well. They're perhaps going to win this. They've got the spawn advantage as well. Little Raven is trying to get themselves executed, perhaps build up towards that ultimate, but just doesn't have enough. The Primal Rage is up again for Kessler. He has used it. The Self-Destruct is going to wipe out Anticlimax and Harry Penguin after such a great ult from Anticlimax. That might just be it. Gorfeld is going to pop this tank form. Eats a lot of damage though, and Kessler takes him out and takes it over. Fantastic round for the side of Red Team, finally managing to clutch it out there after some fantastic play. After some fantastic plays from the blue team. Definitely more even this time. Off of the back of players like Milkman Hopkey, Ollie Lip, and Barazi as well has really shown up, especially on that Brigitte. It's looking hopeful. I think they can make it to the second point for sure. Whether they take it or not, be a different story. Whether they can rise to the challenge. Fortunately, it seems like Subaru is a little bit out here. Hopefully we'll make it back relatively soon, but struggling a little bit. Okay. Subaru's internet's just completely dead. That is unfortunate. We do, however, have a Sombra coming in for Olilip, which is interesting to see. We're finally going to see this second part of the OP duo. Interesting to see whether they have the practice required on this to make it work here, because obviously that Sombra can really shut down entire teams, but it requires a team to work around it, and also for the player themselves to be highly skilled. Ollie Lip, not sure if they have that specific set of skills. So interesting to see how that will work out. They do have a good supporting cast behind them, though. They have to deal, unfortunately, with that great misery, this Symmetra from Hairy Penguin, though. Interesting to see how that will affect the game. They know it's coming. They see the spam coming through already. Ollie Lip does get seen. Really nice shots coming out from Kessler to read that invisibility, to reveal it early on. Milkman Hopkey is going to move over here, start to do something, but Gorfeld going down to Hairy Penguin, huge mistake. They need to deal with these turrets early. Razi does get to the rev, but Razi's really far up and will get taken out by Anticlimax. Really big overextension, and the same can be said for Milkman Hopkey, just in the wrong place in this current moment. In the back line of the enemy team, while all of his team is struggling with the front line. They might just about find Flashwing. They do in the end, but they trade 1-for-1. Big plays coming up. Gorfeld's going to try and land a load of those nades. Raven and the gang have backed up, though. So they've definitely got some pressure. They can feel the heat. Team 1 trying to make this push work. But Milkman Hopkey just too far forwards. After I praised so much of his play, making a lot of mistakes here, which I really want to see whether he can rectify them as we do go on in here and get them to the second point, because it requires a full team. Gorfeld just about getting caught out there. Rather unfortunate. So that's going to slow them down even more. The res is there, though, for Razi. Has been playing well so far on this Mercy, but there's only so much impact a Mercy can have. Man, continuing to be aggressive on this main tank, going to dive up. Has teammates there with him. Even gets nano boosted. Eating a lot of damage, though. Needs to be careful. Will get aggressive. Doesn't even quite find Hairy Penguin until then. Continuing to fight. They're going to try and get on in here. Ollie Lip is trying to spam these arrows in, but Kessler and Flashwing responding fantastically. Flashwing on this Brigitte, we see some fantastic Brigitte play across the board from both these teams, and Flashwing certainly making it look easy here. Wafflesoft not quite high enough charge in order to have a real impact on that fight. They have Milkman Hopkey looking towards this primal ratio. They want to generate a couple of results and maybe just stack everything they can into this fight. Whereas we've actually seen Team 2 cycling their ults much better. The res comes down from Razi, from Razi onto Ollie Lip. They're looking for the fight here. They want to take it. They even pop the Primal Rage. The barrier does come out, though, to separate him from the rest of his team. No support coming out here. Supercharger completely left untouched in the middle of the point. The Tire is looking for something. Does take Flashwing, but unfortunately it won't be enough because they've lost all their other players. It's going to be Supercharger finally expiring, but shutting down that push pretty damn hard. Razi does have the Valkyrie, but it does struggle to carry a fight unless you can hit your shots in and of itself and you're struggling with positioning. Varazi can't really rectify that. That's part of the issue here. Is it sort of takes out Wafflesoft, and it's looking like one hell of a struggle for the side of Team 1. And this is why we're seeing Milkman Hopkey swap over onto this Farah as Anticlimax takes out 2 members of the enemy team, and the res is forced out from Verazi. I swear it's being used on cooldown at this point because just they will not let up. Unrelenting pressure from the side of Team 2. Wafflesluth is going to lead the way, but those turrets will do a lot of damage to your shield if you're not careful. Will clear them, but has to be wary of what's being thrown at him because that Orisa breaks the shield, and now he's going to really struggle. Fortunately for him, they don't read the charge in, and he does at least trade 1-for-1. Exilva, though, good kite back. Here's the Dragon Strike. Here's the Self-Destruct. Everything is being put on the line. Kessler finds a 3k bomb. Fantastic from him. Ollie Lip continues to get aggressive. Does pop that Storm Arrow, but just can't find the shot. It takes Exilva to close it up here, and this looks like it will be game continuing to try and stall out, but it just won't be enough. That will be the game, and Team 2 dominating so far. And that will be the set, actually. 2-0 to Team 2 with 2-0s both times. What more can you ask for?
Who knows? I am back. Very sorry for that. My internet appeared to have died, but we left you in the capable hands of Rook. I'm not entirely sure. Is that the end of that for good?
No, I think it is, and it might be the end of
yes.
today. I'm not sure either.
We will have to see. We will likely get confirmation in a second. But yeah, let's see. Team 2 won twice. I believe that is, yes, the end of today. In any doubt, what does the chat say in the actual game? Because I can't see, unfortunately.
Lots of GG and Re and QWQ.
GG, Rees, and QWQ. That sounds like a proper Salford game, to be honest. Well, hey, you'll have to describe what happened there because I wasn't here. What did you really think of that performance at the end there?
We saw some flashes of hope for Team 1, but in the end, Team 2 cycled their ults better, won the 1v1s that they really needed to take, and had really good team cohesion. So Team 1, a little bit blown out of the water there. So perhaps going to do better next time they have these pugs or scrims. Perhaps fare better in Newell, because so far they have been struggling a little bit.
Well, this entire thing was obviously the tryout for the teams, so we will obviously see what happens. We've got the teams done. We got people listening in. Eventually, hopefully, in the next couple of days, we will see who gets on what spot, Team 1 or Team 2, and then they will be playing in the Newell. I have just been invited to the custom lobby, so we'll have to see what happens there in queue, apparently. But yeah, to us, today has been a very much big day of Team 2 winning, hasn't it? Even with the little switches. Would have loved to see Team 1 win. Yep, we're done. So in that case, we'll close this up. Thank you for joining me, Rook.
No problem.
You're obviously a very good caster for it. You're obviously much better than me. But hey, in any doubt, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you some other time.